Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends and join us tonight in this little study. I apologize, the mic have a difficulty, so I was fixing it. Today, our topic is about how Allah knows. I mean, this Allah is really so good. I mean, how He knows. You try to find out always how Allah knows, and you get confused about how much Allah knows. So today we have another what the Muslims claim it is a scientific miracle. Allah knows everything. I mean, we have to face it. And the reason I chose this topic today about the atmosphere, because a Muslim, he wrote to me and he says, how come Allah, He knows about the atmosphere? So I said, really, Allah, He knows about the atmosphere? He said, yeah. I said, okay, let us see if Allah knows really about the atmosphere. All those things we see in the front of us, they are nothing but fictions and lies. But as long this Muhammadan, he choose for us the topic that he believed that Allah spoke about the atmosphere, then we have no choice but to talk about the atmosphere. Always, when I try to answer Muslims, as you know, I never use anything have to do with Christianity or anything else except what Muslims believe. So if you believe that the atmosphere is in the Quran, then we will see and we will check it out. But you better be careful. Soon you will be very sorry for what you just said. Muslims, when they try to make or fabricate a miracle, not only they make people not to believe in Islam no more, but they give us a clear proof that Islam cannot be from the true God. Because why somebody would love to lie in order to make his religion look good? I mean, we are talking about people who supposedly they are religious, and the religious people supposedly they are people of decency, but not in Islam. And this is a clear evidence that Islam is a satanic cult. In front of us we have this article here, the Earth atmosphere. Modern science has discovered facts about the atmosphere mentioned in the Quran over 1400 years ago. That is in the Quran, my friend. I mean, what you can do, that's it, face it, live with it. And here they quote for us verses from the Quran. By the sky which is returned, by the sky which is returned, that is the atmosphere. Chapter 86 verse number 11. All right, let us go to chapter 86 verse number 11. And see if the Muslims are being truthful or they are lying. This website is owned by the Jordanian government, so sometime it works, sometime it doesn't. The same as the King of Jordan. Well, look like it's not working. Okay, let us see different website. I know. What happened? All right. Well, it's a Jordanian website. What you expect? Let us see different thing. Something hosted in America but owned by Muslims. Thank God the Muslims don't own the internet. Otherwise, nothing will work. So we go to chapter 86, verse number 11. Let us see Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir, by the way, he is a lot moderate as a scholar, because remember, he came long after. I mean, he's not really an old scholar compared to the others. And all the tafsir of Ibn Kathir is meant to defend Islam, the same as like Ibn Kathir, he was like a Zakir Naik in his time. The difference is, he is he's an Arab, and he is not stupid like Zakir Naik. Not that far. Now let us see what Ibn Kathir says about the same verse those Abdul they mention. Swearing by the truthfulness of the Quran and the failure of those who oppose it. Ibn Abbas says Ar-Raja mean the rain. Guys, Ar-Raja mean the rain. By the sky having the rain, the cloud which give rains. Let us go back to the website. Oh boy, where is the page? Okay, all right. In first verse, God swear by the sky and its function of returning without specifying what it is return. In the Islamic doctrine, a divine oath signifies the magnitude. This is, you see, I mean, they just said that it doesn't say it's return what? No, it does. It does. Raja is the rain. I mean, you see how they lie? Just let it go back. This is Ibn Kathir. Ibn Abbas says, Ar-Raja mean rains. So look how they made it from a verse speaking about the rain. They make it about the atmosphere. Can you believe it? So what Muhammad is saying, that the rain keep coming. This is why they call it the Raja. Like it rain and then later it can rain again, and later it rain again. That's why it's called Raja, like the coming back. But the Muslims, they try to find a connection between this and the atmosphere. So how we can do it? We have to fabricate our own meaning. And as you see, this is their own scholars, and this is how they understood it for 1400 years. Now, if we go back in the website, here they start giving you about the atmosphere and the scale and the graphic and etc. and the cycling and the sky cycling of the, what is that? I mean, what is this? What does have to do with Allah speaking about the atmosphere? And then they quote for us the verse after it. The verse after it says, it is he who made for you the earth as bed, actually as bed, which means flat, and the sky as a ceiling. Chapter 2 verse number 2. Okay, why you did not quote the rest of the verse? Why the Muslim did not quote the rest of the verse? Do you know why? Let me show you why. We will go to the Quran and we'll check it out. I mean, the Muslims, I saw one of them saying that the Christian Prince, he don't even read for you the verse before it and the verse after it. My friend, you can read 10 verses after it and 10 verses after before it, and still you cannot answer me. But here the Muslims, they are quoting even the same verse without quoting the verse. They quote a line. Look where they stop. They stop here. Why you quote only this? Why you say, why you see why you did not quote the rest, guys? Because that confirmed that this is about the rain. Because they want to try to convince you that the other verse speaking about the cycling and how the atmosphere work, and then we find that this verse they are quoting is speaking about the rain, and that is not suitable for them, so they cut it off. But here, look at this. When a Muslim he speak about the atmosphere and he quote for us verses from the Quran, why he don't quote for us what the Quran says about the sky? Let us see what the sky is about. But let's see first if they have more verses to debunk before we continue. Are those the only 2 verses they have? Let us see. Yeah, look like they are the only. So from those 2 verses who speak nothing about the atmosphere, they made the atmosphere in the Quran. All what they are speaking about, they speak about the rain. Both of them, they speak about the rain. And we showed you the reference from their own scholars. Now, I want to help the Muslims about the atmosphere. Look like it's not working for them. In different website, actually, the Muslims, they have this. And here you notice the Muslims, they choose different verses to talk about the atmosphere. Isn't it funny? The first website we showed you, they were quoting for us different verses. If you remember here, they were quoting for us chapter 86, verse number 11, and chapter 2, verse 22. In this website, they are quoting for us chapter 2, verse 29, and chapter 41, verse number 11 and 12. What happened? It is He who created everything on earth for you, and then He created His, He directed His attention. Look at this. Look at the fabrication. His attention up to heaven, and arranged it into 7 regular heaven. He has knowledge of all things. Okay, so chapter 2, verse number 29 is speaking about the atmosphere. Do we have any Muslim in the text he agree with that? Do we have any Muslim? Anyone? Any Muslim he agree with this? Who is a Muslim agree with this before we continue? We have a Muhammad and his name is Yusuf. Do you like to call me Mr. Yusuf? Do you like to call me? Okay, let me open my Skype in case you are brave enough to call me, my friend. All right, but be sure you ask your mom if it's okay for you to call, because in Islam, girls at the age of 6 they are mature, but men at the age of 54 still they want to play with kids like Muhammad. They are not mature. So please be sure before you call me that's your mom. She says okay. Okay. All right, my Skype is open if you like to call me. Any Muslim willing to call me? All right, look like Muslims, they don't dare to call me. We continue. So look here at this fabrication. Do you see how stupid this is, the statement here? The Muslims, not only they showed us that the Quran is stupid, they proved to us that they are not decent to be trusted ever. Let us go to the Quran, chapter 2, verse number 29. And remember, here they are saying that chapter 2, verse number 29, and chapter 41, verse number 11, 12, is speaking about atmosphere. But let us read the article first before we go and jump into conclusion. The word heavens, which appear in many verses in the Quran, is used to refer to the sky above the earth, as well as the entire universe. Given this meaning of the word, it's seen that the earth's sky or the atmosphere is made of up 7 layers. This is what the Quran saying? Or the Quran saying that Allah created 7 heavens, that's it? This is all the creation. I mean, what I mean, disgusting how they lie. There is no shame. So now when Allah he says he created 7 heavens, he's talking about the atmosphere. But funny, they quoted for us chapter 41, verse number 11 and 12. But look here, chapter 41, verse number 11 and 12, they are not there. They quoted for us the verses really? No, they did not. Let us read together and see how we can get them busted. If we go to chapter 41, verse number 11 and 12, we will find the following. No shame. The atmosphere, right? Okay. This is verse number 11 and this is verse number 12. How verse number 11 and 12 they became so short in the website, while we see them here they are many lines. Look at this. It's a miracle. Let us change the translation in case you don't like this one. We can take a different translation. Chapter 11, chapter, sorry, 41, verse number 11. Then he went, not he directed his attention, you liars, to the sky, which means he rose up to the sky, toward the heaven when it was a smoke. So there was no heaven, there is no sky. And it says to the earth, come both of you, willingly or unwillingly. And then he completed and finished from their creation as 7 heavens in 2 days. So the 7 heavens are the whole heavens, and it is not in the atmosphere. And look what happened in verse number 12. You notice here in verse number 12, they did not show us the rest of the verse. Did you notice why? Anyone notice why? Why did it not quote for us verse number 12? Where is verse number 12? They are saying this is number 11 and 12. This is not 11 and 12. Where is the verse? They cut it off. They connected 2 verses and they choose some words from the 2 verses and they delete the rest, because in the same chapter 41 verse number 12 it says that Allah, he created in the lowest heaven the stars. Do you see it? So look at these liars. In order to make this verse about the 7 atmosphere, they decided to cut off the verse, because the rest of the verse says clearly that we have 7 heavens and in the lowest one we have the stars. What do you think, Muslims? Why we lie in order to fabricate a miracle? So now a person who do not know anything about the Quran, he will think, okay, well, the Muslims are people telling the truth about the religion. And here we go, they are quoting the Quran for me. He will not go and check the Quran. And they are saying here, chapter 41, verse number 11 and 12, but those are not, this is not verse 11 and 12. Where are they? Where is where it says Allah, he put in the lowest heaven the stars? Where is that? I mean, and then look, they start saying, well, let us count, brother. Atmosphere, stratosphere, manosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, 7, brother. But the Quran said that Allah created the stars in the lowest level. So if this is about the atmosphere, that means the stars in the lowest level of the atmosphere. So my friend, can we ever trust a Muslim teaching us about Islam? Only foolish people, they trust Muslims teaching about Islam, and we prove it to you every day. The Quran make it clear that this is about the creation, the whole universe. The Muslims, they made it clear that this is about the atmosphere. And suddenly now we have in the atmosphere we have the stars. And here, you, by the way, you cannot say there was like an honest mistake, because the guy who cut for us a chapter 41 verse number 11 and 12, he cut this part in purpose in order to scam us. There's no way he forgot about it. I mean, imagine you are reading a verse and then you stop there and you cut the second part where it says, and we create and we decorated the lowest heaven with the stars. So they did that in purpose. They knew what they are doing. They are fabricating, and they are liars. Do we have any Muslim want to say something? So here we notice that we have a problem with honesty and dignity. No dignity. Ask yourself always, if Islam is a good religion, why the followers of this religion, they are lying to us? Why they are fabricating miracles? It doesn't make sense. You see, I am a Christian. I do not need to lie in order to make you to believe in Jesus. You believe, you don't believe, who care? I mean, this is your business. Lied for you for what? And why I want to lie? What for? What is the point?
Hey!
You know?
Hey!
What is that? And this is in Skype. I got a sound of that's a funny one. All right. I was wondering where the sound is coming from. I think this is an animal was converting to Islam. Any Muslim? Why they lie? And if we continue, I mean, it's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Chapter 7, verse number 15. Don't you see how he created the 7 heavens in layers? He who created the 7 heavens in layers. Again, they add the layers, really, layers. Okay. But this is about Allah. He believe in 7 earth and 7 heaven. The Quran teach there is 7 earth and 7 heaven. The one is trying to call me. Don't call if you are not a Muslim, please. Is Allah just a name for the Abdul gods, or just an Arab word meaning God? No, Allah is a word. Allah is not a word meaning God. It's a name, but it's contained 2 words. It contains 2 words, and we explained that many times. If we go, look like we have to explain it again and again. Don't text me, my friend, in Skype. You can ask the question in the chat in YouTube, so I can focus only in the chat. If you text me in Skype, I will block you. Please be careful. If everybody texts me in Skype, that's endless. Allah is not a 1 word. It is 2 words. It is Al-Lah. Al is a word being God in the ancient Hebrew and the ancient Aramaic. This is why if you go to the name Baal, the god of fertility, it ends with a al. Baal. All right. If you go in the Quran and you look for the 3 daughters of Allah, you will see that their name is Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and the Manat, because it is the death one, does not have Al. Uzza. My keyboard have a problem. I'm looking for one. If you go to chapter 30, sorry, 53, verse number 20, 19 and 20, you will see it says, haven't you then considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza? Uzza is a goddess, Lat is a goddess. Lat is a name, Al is a word meaning God. I do not need to call you after screaming. Don't force me to block you. If you have a question, post it in the chat. Actually, I will block you. Now, if somebody, an Arab priest, he used the word Allah because simply they live under the Islamic occupation for 14 centuries. In the Hebrew or in the Aramaic Bible, we don't have Allah. So it doesn't matter who is the donkey he used it. This is a donkey using the word. This is a wrong word. We should not use. But the Arab Christians, they are under the occupation of Muslims. You know, imagine if ISIS occupy you for 1 week. If they force you to say the name of your God is Dudu, you will say Dudu. Who dare? And this is what happened to those Arab Christians. So we don't believe in Allah and we have nothing to do with Allah. However, those who they translated the Arabic Bible, they use the word Allah replacing the word Jehovah or Elohim. Simply they are not decent, and it is political let us say agenda, hoping maybe the Muslims will let them alone. They are practicing taqiyya, which is filthy lie. We Christian, we should not practice taqiyya. Taqiyya is, it's mean you approve lying. So we lie to ourselves and we lie to the Muslims and we say, okay, we believe in Allah. That is a shame. We don't believe in Allah and we have nothing to do with Allah. So if a stupid translator, he translated the Bible in Arabic, he used the word Allah instead of Jehovah, then ask yourself, where is the word coming from? We don't have it. All right. Anyway, translation is a translation, right? The same as the Muslims. If you go right now and you search in the Quran, you will find the name Isa, but in the English you find the word Jesus, but there's no Jesus in the whole Quran. There's no Jesus. It's Isa. So the Muslims, they lie in their translation, and those who translated the Bible to Arabic, they lie in their translation. Both are liars. All right. And I call them donkeys. Now we get the first miracle in the Quran here busted today. If there is any Muslim feel like he want to give me a call and show me a miracle which we did not or we cannot refute? The word the abid is coming from the word slave. Usually it's a black slave. So those who want to humiliate themselves, like you say Abdullah, supposedly you are making yourself equal to a black slave according to that mentality. And here you are not a slave of anyone except supposedly Allah. So you make yourself equal to a black slave. All right. But the word abid mean a very dark person, man. This is a word they use it for the captured slaves from Africa. They are abid as a black and abid as a slave, which mean it's a word mean two things in the same time. No, this is not very hard. Anyone who give false translation, he's a liar. Why you are ashamed to say that the truth? Do we have Allah in the Hebrew? No. Do we have Allah in the Aramaic Bible? No. So where you got me this Allah from? Names should not be translated. Never. So you cannot replace the word God with the local word unless it is not a name. It is just a word, generic word, mean God. And Allah is not a word, mean God. It's a name for the God of the Muhammadan, which was before them the moon God. There's many words for God in Arabic. There's Rabb, there's Ilah, Ilah, Ilah simply. You see in the old Aramaic and Hebrew, the word Al was God. Then by time the word Al transformed into El. So Israel was Israel, Mikael was Mikael, etc. Ishmael was Ishmael. All right. So all the word used to end with al, not el. And then the new Hebrew came, and then the al became el. So Emmanuel became Emmanuel. All right. Uh, so those are words. This is a word, have nothing to do with the God of the Christians or the God of anyone. It is just a word used before Christianity, before Judaism. It's a word mean God. Doesn't matter which God. You can even use it for whatever. All right. So it's a word mean God, and depend what you mean by it. That God is either true or false. All right. Yeah, exactly as you wrote it, R-E-D. Israel. And by the way, by Il and Al, we were able to discover that Muhammad is a liar. Anyone knows how we know that Muhammad is a liar? If you ask any Muslim, what Ishmael mean? They do not know. Okay, look at this. Jibreel. Okay, what Jibreel mean? They don't know. They think it's one name. The fact it's not a name. It's a sentence. But because Muhammad is stealing names from other belief, he added to his own cult, but yet he cannot tell them what this is mean. Israel, what Israel mean? They do not know. They don't know. What Allah mean? They don't know. What Mikael mean? They don't know. What Abraham mean? They don't know. They don't know. For all those names are a theft. And when you are a thief, you know nothing. You don't know your God. Like imagine you are a thief. You stole a bicycle, or you bought a bicycle, stolen one, and the police stop you. Says, "Where do you get this bicycle?" I don't know. How much the bicycle? I don't know. So it is a theft, and this is why they know nothing. What Maryam mean? Look, all the names. What Maryam mean? Didn't know. What Isa mean? Didn't know. Didn't know. They know nothing. For all of this cult is a collection of theft. Same time, remember the Muslim, they say Allah have 99 names, correct? Okay, none of them is Il. So why Jibreel? This is the Jibra, the one who belong to Il, but the 99 names of Allah, none of them is Il. So how does this guy Jibreel belong to Allah? Israel, Mikael, Israfil, those that belong to the God Il. Okay, who is Il? There is nothing in Islam Il. We go back to that topic. And by the way, I have my left ear, I have infection. I look like I took a shower and it's blocked by water, you know. So I hope will go soon. I will read Quran today because Quran is very good for plumbing. Do we have any Muslim want to say something to us? Yeah, you should not use the word Allah. Never use the word Allah. Allah is a pagan god. You see, this is what happened in the world of political correctness. Nobody is decent. Nobody want to be truthful. Now we go to the church, and then we find supposedly a priest who want to teach us to be people of God, and then he fabricate a word which is a pagan god, and he says to us, let us worship Allah. So you find yourself, you go into church to worship Jesus, you find yourself Indian worshiping the pagan god of Islam. That is a shame. Especially Allah is a word and the name in the same time. It's not a word mean God. What the Muslim they say when they take Shahada, they say there's no God but Allah. They don't say there's no Allah but Allah, because Allah is a name. It's not a word mean God. All right. You open Bible topic. Everything about in front of us is a Bible topic. What you Muslims know about Jesus? Who is Jesus? Jesus is the son of Mary, and Mary is the daughter of Amran. Who is Amran? I mean, your God Allah, and his prophet Muhammad, they did not even have a certificate of 2 years study in a nursing house, not in an elementary school. Who is Mary, the daughter of Amran? Who is Amran? And then Moses is the son of Amran, and Aaron is the son of Amran. And then we find in the Quran it says that Mary, she is the sister of Aaron. What's wrong with this God? He don't even know how to quote names. Amran, who's Amran? Even the name is wrong. Musa's father, his name is not Amran. There's nothing in the Quran, in the Bible is called Amran. Who's Amran? Do we have any Muslim who would like to give us a call? Yeah, Shaitan, he urinated in my ears, as the Prophet said. So everything in this cult is crazy. It's not, you know. And look, the Muslim, they keep saying to us that your Bible is corrupt. Look what their Yellow Pages book saying. And when come to them a book which supposes the Quran from Allah, confirming what is with them. So, I mean, what this is just a madness cult. The Muslim, they say to us your book is corrupt, and the Quran confirm what is with us. So the Quran confirm what is with us, and the Muslim don't confirm what with us. Somebody took too much vodka. How the Quran confirm what with us, and the Muslim don't confirm what with us? Do we have any Muslim here? How your Quran saying that the Quran confirm what is with us? ولما جاءهم كتاب من عند الله مصدق لما معهم مصدق لما معهم, confirming what is with them. So how you Muslim, you say to us your Bible brother corrupt brother? How you bring me this Zakir Naik says, brother Tita, the only book with introduced by Allah is the Quran, and the Bible is corrupt. And this guy, each time he talk, I feel like this guy is going to the bathroom and he have a problem to get it out. He squeezed himself, and it looked like the words is not coming from his mouth, it's coming from different place. So why the Quran says something and you Muslim you say something to us? Hello? Which one of you is the truth telling the truth? The Quran, Allah, or you Muslims, or did that, or Zakir Naik? Hello? And you know, when Zakir Naik he speak, you will find like 10,000 Muslims, their mouth is open, like, wow, this guy is so smart, brother. I mean, this guy is unbelievable how smart he is. And I cannot forget when a woman, an Indian woman, she asked him, why in Islam there's no woman, she is a prophet. That is what really hurt. I mean, this is a shining moment for Zakir Naik. I mean, his intelligence here was shining. He looked at the girl and he said, sister, first of all, let me confirm to you that in Islam we don't have a woman, he's the prophet. And there is a logical level for them. If a woman to become a prophet, they have to do wudu. And if they do to do wudu, they have to wudu. And they have to pray in the front of the congregation. And if they pray in the front of the congregation, the Muslim, they will lose their contention and they will not look at Allah and the Prophet. And they will look at her ass. Translation: if a Muslim woman, she became a prophet, she will pray in the front of the Muslims and she will bend over and the Muslim will look at her ass. And they will lose their prayer. And the Muslim like, Allahu Akbar, wow, Allahu Akbar, brother, this guy is so good, brother. That's the reason. The ass of a woman is the what preventing her from being a prophet. May Allah ask you. Actually, there's a hadith about a bunch of guys. They came to the caliphate and look, supposedly they are decent. Decent, huh? Between two brackets. They come to the caliphate and they say to him, we have a homo imam who is praying on us and he is tempting us with his bum. Read carefully. A homo imam. Look, they came to the caliphate. This must be a big issue. And they said to Uthman, you are the chief of all Muslims in general, and you see what is befallen you. We are led salat by a leader of fitna, temptation, affection. Oh my God, oh boy. Muslims get tempted by a Muslim man. A true believers, the companion of the Prophet, they are tempted by the ass of a Muslim man. And they are complaining that he is tempting them. But hold on. If they are not a bunch of gays themselves, why they are tempted by an ass of a man? Correct, guys? Those who they are complaining. How a gay imam, he can tempt you unless you are tempted, which means you like it. Are you getting my point? Like if I say this woman is tempting me, it's mean I like, you know, I like women, obviously. I mean, women. So, okay, women. But a man, he is tempting men? All of them? How they get tempted? The Muslims, what he was doing exactly? He was putting his finger in his mouth? Well, what he was doing exactly? I mean, what is that? The guy is leading the prayer in front of them, bending over, so his ass is tempting them. Why they are looking at his ass? How a bunch of believers, men, can be tempted by a man they accuse him to be is you know. Any Muslim? Hello? Obviously, they are a bunch of, you know, all of them, they are the same equality. And now they are coming to the caliphate, trying to say, oh, we are not like that, but they are. And then the caliphate, he says, so what? Do pray behind him. And then they said, look what they said at the end. Because the caliphate, he says, still pray behind him. In our opinion, we should not afford salat behind a feminine person unless there is no alternative. So the caliphate, he says, you do it. You still have to do it. Tempted, don't tempt it, I don't care. You do it. So now, like here, we're trying to understand when the Muslims they fabricate those scientific miracles in the Quran. Do you think really we are a bunch of fool? I mean, people are laughing at those miracles. Not a single one of them is truthful. And we are here to challenge you to prove to us one of them to be truth or truthful. Just one. I mean, come on, not even one. You have like hundreds. I saw a video, a woman, she was saying that Allah, he spoke about the concrete. Satellite dish, concrete, cell phone, spaceship, you name it, all in the Quran, brother. All in the Quran. Any Muslim want to say something? Any Muslim want to say something to us? Yeah, spaceship. When when you are, yeah, when you are desperate, you fabricate anything to convert people to your cult. If you go on those website, look at this, all of those straight light, the north, sonic weapons. The Quran spoke about sonic weapon. Oh boy, I don't want to read this one. This is very dark energy, soil expansion, not what nocturnal animals. I don't even know how to read it. Earthquake, subduction, fault lines, the crow, the moonlight, the rocks cracks. Even the rocks cracked in the Quran. Fresh water, armor, even this one in the Quran. Hold on, this is new. I want to see this one. Sorry guys, I cannot resist this one. Don't you want to see the tank, the armor? Come on, we have to see this one. I mean, this is serious here. I like Star Trek and I like war movies. I want to see this one. This one will convert me to Islam. I did not see this one before. This is a new one. Okay, let's read together. This is the first time I see this. And look, they have a tank for you there. I mean, this is in the Quran. Like, what's wrong with you people? A copper is commonly used in an armor person, a high exclusive anti-tank heat warhead. Oh, okay. And now they explain to you how the missile work. This is all. And look at this. Look at this. Even they have a graphic how this work. Okay, and what this have to do with the Quran? Oh boy, this is in the Quran. يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران. He will be bombarded with projector fire and copper, and you shall not be victorious. But you liar, this is about shooting the ass of the genie. This is not about an armor. Allah will shoot him by a star. Let us go and read the Quran. I mean, look at this, unbelievable. Oh, all right. See how they fabricate. What is funny in fiction, which is not even good for cartoon, they make it about science. Here we go. Chapter 55, verse number 35. Read the verse before it. The verse before it explain what he is talking about. The God of Islam claim that human and genie, they cannot go out of the zone of the earth, which means they cannot leave the earth. And if you try to pass, Allah will shoot your ass, Mr. Genie, by flame and fire, molten brass. Do you see it? I mean, look, They made a graphic about RPG, about missiles, and they put a tank for us. And this is about shooting genie if he tried to go out of the earth by a star. In different verse in the Quran, it says the following: not by missiles. The missiles are stars specifically. 65, 67, 5. And we indeed, and indeed, we have adorned the nearest heaven with lamps, and we have made such a lamp as missiles to drive away the shaitan. So you made a fiction that Allah he shoot the ass of shaitan by a star. You make it about tanks. This is what Allah is talking about. He is shooting RPG. He's shooting a star. Please let's CP mock the word Allah, call him all of you until we are not mocking anyone. We say the truth. We are not here to mock anyone. We are just sharing the truth. If sharing the truth is a mockery, this is your business. We are not mocking. We are just getting liars busted. Look, what is fiction? They make it about tanks, science, degrees, brother. It is a brother. Contrary to popular belief, heat rarely reach about 600 centigrade, brother. What would this have to do with the verse? This verse is about shooting the ass of shaitan if he tried to spy at Allah. Have you ever heard of a shaitan spy at Allah? Yes. And not only that, this verses here prove Allah to be a false God, because Allah he claimed that nobody can leave the earth, and already we are out of the earth. If you try to leave the earth, Allah will shoot your ass by a star. He challenged not only the genie, he challenged the ins, which mean the human, and genie. So, O assembly, O jinn and mankind, you have no power to pass the zone of the sky and the earth. Then pass. And how the Muslims explain that? They say nobody can go to the heaven except by the will of Allah, and this is only for angels and prophets. Yeah, the shaitan, they spy at Allah. Like what happened in the like Trump and the Russian. But don't tell that to the Democrat, because now they will accuse him that he is working with the genie too. Like they will add to the Russian story the genie. In the Quran made it clear that shaitan he tried to spy at Allah. Right? And by the way, this is proving to be true. True story. Chapter 15, verse number 18. It says the following: except the devil, brother, who tried to steal hearing from the sky. So when the devil he tried to steal hearing from the sky, Allah shoot his ass. Any Muslim have a comment? So what is fiction about shooting? And by the way, why you need to shoot shaitan, who Muhammad is said he sleep in our nose by a star? I mean, to kill a mosquito, you need a star. How shaitan sleep in our nose, go inside the anus of the Muslims, and yet we need a star to shoot him? Any Muhammadan? Isn't it Muhammad says don't do yawn because shaitan he jump in your opening, in your mouth? Which by the way proving to be truth. I mean, absolutely proven. I mean, science. All of those things is scientifically accurate. Muhammad, look what Muhammad said. The Messenger of Allah said, the sneeze is from Allah. Okay. Okay. Bomba, take it easy, my friend. The sneeze is from Allah, and the yawning from shaitan. So now we have definition. If you ever have cold, this is from Allah. Not only that, Muhammad, he says, Allah, he loves sneezing. He loved those who sneeze, actually, to be more accurate. And yawning is from shaitan. This is, by the way, proven to be scientifically accurate. And then Muhammad, he says, so when one of you yawn, let him cover his mouth. And by the way, I saw an article about this part. Look what the Muslims they do. Allow me, please, allow me to do something here. Can you allow me to do something, please? Okay, let us do this. The Muslims they deleted all those lines when they wrote the article, and they kept only this part. So all this part here is deleted. So they let only from this whole art, the whole hadith, only those lines. So when one of you yawn, let him cover his mouth with his hand. And the article title, as I remember, it was the Prophet teaching us how to fight bacteria. How to fight what? Bacteria. So the Prophet here was teaching you how to fight bacteria, how to stop spreading disease. Really? The story is about shaitan jumping inside your mouth, and he will laugh at you like you start yawning. This is what they make it about science. They delete everything and they keep only this line. And when you read this line, okay, the Prophet says, when one of you do yawn, cover his mouth. Sound good, but they will not show you the rest. The rest is, and this is the truth here, so one of you yawns, let him cover his mouth with his hand, for when he says shaitan, laugh from inside his hole. I'm laughing now. The shaitan is inside my mouth now. I mean, do you see how they fabricate? The guy, he says cover your hand for a reason, they make it for a different reason. Unbelievable. No, but there is many naive, Western American, they see, they are reading an article, they don't know, they can fool them. There is many people get fooled. My friend, deception is nothing new. Deception, there's people, they live like kings based on deception. That's all. There's things you do in your life every day because people, they fool you. They make you buy things you do not need. You lose your money, somebody else get rich. They make you eat something you do not need to eat, go somewhere you do not need to go. All is based on deception. So controlling the mind is an old game. Evil people, they do it always. This is nothing new. It's not only about religion, it can be about many things. How we can control the mind of a human being. You see, all countries, they have special departments, intelligence department, and those departments, they make study and research about how to control the mind. How to control the mind, which means we can make election happen and we make somebody win by controlling the mind of people. We don't go and vote for you. No, we make you vote as we want you to vote, without holding your hand, without telling you even what to say. So uh, uh, satanic methods is adopted even by science to control the mind of a human being. You see, most of the commercial you see in TV, those are not just commercial. Most of them, they try to control your mind to make a purchasing. How many women they buy brand purse? Why? Because they control your mind, but that if you don't wear a brand, you are not good. You are not qualified like others. You are not good enough. So the poor you, they control you, and then you go, you work like a donkey to buy a shoe for a couple of hundreds of dollars, which did not even cost them $10. And you buy a purse which cost you $2,000, but it did not cost them even the price of the plastic in the back. That is a mind control. And how many in this earth are under the control of others? Islam is the same. Demonic, evil, trying to control your mind. And many of us, we are naive. We are decent. You know, the problem sometimes decency have a price that somebody else can use you. So the Bible says, be decent, be like peaceful, like the dove, but be smart like the snake. Be wise. When the Muslims they made those articles, they knew between those there's many naive, and we can fool them. And this is what we are doing here. We are trying to fight your, you know, your ignorance about this cult, so nobody can fool you. And by the way, as I said, this is not only in religion, this is happening in everything. The face on the moon and the face of Allah. I'm trying to follow, guys, with you in the text, but the text is moving fast. Let us see here. Face of the moon and face of Allah. Now we know that the shape, what shape he have to comes a moon with all right. So do we have any Muslim want to say something to us? And by the way, all cult leaders, they share one thing. They want your money, and they want to sleep with women who follow them. All cult leaders. Go, like right now, you can search in Google. You have the biggest search engine ever exist. You will find all cult leaders with no exception. They sleep with women who believe in them as prophets. And this is exactly what Muhammad did. Muhammad even he made verses claiming that Allah told him any woman she can give herself to the prophet. He made verses that the fifth from every attack is for Muhammad. The best of the booty is for Muhammad. And not only that, things went so far that the Muslims they wrote in their books that if the prophet his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her immediately, so the prophet he can have her. That is a mind control. The evil of this man, he make you believe that if you give your wife to the prophet, you will get a blessing from Allah. If you give him your money, he will go to heaven. Imagine the Quran, like this is chapter 33, verse number 50, where it says all those women they can sleep with Muhammad. All of those. Look at this long list. Muhammad already have 13 wives when he made this verse. Why you need more? And then Muhammad he go far with his madness that you cannot, if you want to go to Allah, heaven will give him a loan. I mean, have you ever heard of God he need a loan? And if you give Allah a loan, Allah will double it for you and he will forgive your sin. Chapter 64, verse number 17. Isn't it obvious that this guy is a scam? So if you are rich, you go to heaven. You should give Allah, give Muhammad the money. Okay, you have a corner lot in the heaven. And actually, Muhammad, he come with many evil things involving money, even in crimes. As an example, I don't know if you heard the news that there's a man who killed a journalist, I think in Kuwait, and they negotiate with the family of the victim, and the family of the victim accepted $33 million blood money. This is Islamic. So if you are rich, you kill somebody, and especially if the family of this person is poor and you are powerful, a lot of money, you go there, you send, okay, I killed your son, you better take the blood money, otherwise we will torture you. You killed our son, take the money or else. They take the money, and now the guy who killed is a free. You can search it right now, and you know, and this is Islamic. This is very Islamic. Extremely Islamic. Blood money. You kill somebody, you kill your neighbor, okay. His family, they are the inheritance. Go, says how much money you want. We negotiate. $10,000. Okay, this is $10,000, and you are free in the moment, as if you killed no one. And imagine the guy, he killed a journalist in TV, famous one, and he is rich. They paid the family $33 million. Let me search for it. Hold on. Everything for sale. Imagine what this victim in her grave, she will say to her family, what a shame. They sold her out. The guy, he killed their daughter. You take $33 million and you let the killer go? I'm searching for the news. To see if we can find it. This is today news, actually. I saw it. Actually, even like, you remember Khashoggi, the guy, the terrorist who used to live in USA, work in Washington Post. Here we go. They paid $70 million to his family. $70 million. And now the one who killed him, they will not be executed. They will go free. Because in Islam, if you are killed, the one who own your blood is your family. If your family accept money, the killer is free. Yeah, this is very Islamic. You see, this is the hate in front of you. I'm not making things up. As you know, I never say something without proof. Muhammad, he said it clearly, a Muslim will not be killed for killing non-Muslim. So if a Muslim, he killed you, he will not be killed. And this is why Muslims do not believe in equality, which you are not equal to Muslims. You are like a cow. So in Iran, if a Muslim, he killed a Christian, he have to pay to his family $500, which is less than the price of a cow. But if he kill a Muslim, then he shall be killed otherwise, unless he made an agreement with the family to accept the blood money, and this is negotiation between them. Whatever the money they agree, he is free. And you know, if you are a rich person and you have a lot of men, the one who can pay $33 million, I mean, can you imagine? The one who can pay $33 million, he can hire how many men to kill the rest of the family? So they can threat them, they can, etc. accept the money we will give you or else. Right? Yeah. And this is not only in Saudi Arabia. No, this is in Kuwait, in Iran, all Islamic countries. All Islamic countries. This is have nothing to do with the Saudi. This is very Islamic. All right. Um, I'm trying to find the news. Yeah, I can find it in Arabic, but not in English. Yeah, here we go. I found it in the BBC, but in Arabic, not in English. But we can use Google translation. There we go. This is the BBC. This man, he killed this woman. He slaughtered her. And now, oh, what he do? He's free. You can murder as much as you want, as long as you have money. You force the family to accept the money. You know, this guy, he have a tribe, big tribe. They are rich. And those family, obviously, they are no match. So you threat them, accept the money or else. And okay, how much you want? We will give you a lot of money. Just let our son go. And their son will go free. Let me wait for you on the screen. There we go. This is a translation. This is Google translation. He killed this woman. That is Islam, my friend. If you are rich, you can kill as many as you wish, and then you force the poor families to accept the money, or else they accept the money, are free as nothing happened. I mean, he will not even stay for one day in jail. That's it. He paid the money. That's it. He go. Yeah. Don't call me, my friend, if you are a Christian. Don't force me to block you. Don't call me unless you are a Muslim. You just cause yourself to be blocked. So as you see, you know, this cult is really crazy. It's justice. And look at Muhammad here. Look at the justice of Muhammad. If a Muslim he kill a Christian, a Muslim shall not be killed. As simple as that. Why? Because we are not a human for Muhammad. And that is a clear evidence that Muhammad is an evil man. A Muslim should not be killed in retaliation of a murder. So if a Muslim he kill a Muslim, he should be killed unless he pay money to his family. But if a Muslim kill non-Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindus, doesn't matter, he should not be ever killed. That is the justice of the ugly Muhammad. And this is all over, you see here. Any Muslim want to say we are lying? As you see, we show everything in the screen. Everything we have is in the screen. We don't make things up. Where in the Quran it says Abraham, he called a star his God? He did not only call him his God, he called the sun Akbar. هذا ربي هذا أكبر. So first, Abraham, this is in chapter 6, he saw a star, actually a planet, and then he says, this is my God, this is Akbar. And then when the star disappeared, he says, I don't like the one who disappeared. And then he saw the moon and he says, this is my God. And then when the moon disappeared, he said, I don't like the one disappear. And then he said that he saw the sun and he said, this is my Lord, this is Akbar. And this is what the moon, the sun God was called. The moon God is Allah, Akbar is the sun God. So Allah and Akbar is unification, is Tawheed between the moon God and the sun God. This is what Tawheed is, unification between the two gods, Akbar, the sun, and the moon. The sun have sex with the moon, and they have three daughters, Manat and Allat and Al-Uzza. Any Muslim? If there is just one section in the Quran that's good or believable, my friend, I find the Quran from the first page to the last page is a comedy and stupid. What you can believe about it? You see, even if sometime a liar, he might say something truthful, but doesn't make his story acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, as an example, Muhammad, he says Jesus is born from a virgin. Okay, but still he's a liar. So we cannot say we will take a line. This is what the Muslims do. The Muslims, they take a line from the Bible and they try to play with it and they try to make it fit with their propaganda. No, for us, we reject the whole book. It's a stupid book. Right? Yeah, Akbar, yeah. Yeah, you know, like you see the Al-Makkah, this is where the Al-Makkah is coming from, is the temple of the moon god. And the moon god is the ox, is the cow, the male cow. So this is why Muhammad, he said, when let me show you the hadith. Don't pray when the sun rise, for it comes from between the two horns of shaitan. Look here, there is no translation. But when the sun rises, refrain from the prayer, for it rays from between the horn of the devil. The horn of the devil. Muhammad, he is mixing between things, and Muhammad here, he believed, as the Arab taught him before, that when the sun rise, the sun always rise from between the two horns of the devil, for the sun is riding the devil until the morning. So the devil somehow, like you know, he pushed the sun up and the sun goes in the sky. And if you go in the old mythology, this is why we find that the moon too have a horn. There's a horn of the devil, there's a horn of shaitan, of the moon. The crescent moon, the crescent moon is the horn of the moon god. And when you see the crescent moon, that's mean this is the time of fertility. This is the time you should have sex. So those who worship Baal, they believe that when the moon is a crescent moon, that's because the god of fertility now is having sex. He's putting his horn up like he is horny. Do we have any Muslim want to say something? Yeah, actually, you remind me, as long as we're talking about this, the Quran speak about 7 earths. Allah, He created 7 heavens and 7 earths, or earth. So when you see the Quran speaking about 7 earth, you ask yourself, where we can find those 7 earth? This is in chapter 17, verse number 44. 7 heavens, and the earth is a similar number. Okay, where is the 7 earth? Muhammad is speaking about the Greek planets. Let me find them for you. The Greek, the Persian, all the ancient mythology, they have them. Give me a second. All right, we found them. 7 earth. So there is 7 heaven and 7 earth. And here we find the 7 earth. Those, the planets, by names by the Babylon, the Greek, and the Roman. So Muhammad here is taken from the Greek and from the Babylon and from the ancient, what they believe that there are 7 planets, and this is the only planet we have. So Muhammad, he claimed that Allah, He created 7 earth and 7 planets, 7 heaven, sorry, and 7 planets, 7 earths. Those are earths. This is what I believe he's talking about. But in different stories, Muhammad, he speak too, that under the ground there is a jail, there is a floors for Allah to put the devils and shaitan there. As an example, Allah, He jailed the shaitan in Ramadan. Like now it's Ramadan. All right. So according to Allah, according to Muhammad, shaitan is now in jail. So who's killing a raping these days? If shaitan is in jail. So Muhammad, he claimed that in Ramadan, Allah, He put the shaitan in jail under the ground. Let us see if we can find the hadith in English. All right, let's see. I wish you guys speak Arabic. That will make it easier for me, but what we can do, we have to look for it in English now, and then we have to collect the translation. I can't even find. That's weird. This should be exist in the English website, because this is Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. All right, here we go. Muhammad, he said that when Ramadan comes, the gates of the garden are opened, and the gate of the fire are locked, and the shayateen are chained. See it? So, question to the Muslims: as long as shayateens are chained, who is doing the evil these days? Actually, in Ramadan, there's 10 more. The violence goes skyrocketing. The Messenger of Allah said, the first night of the month of Ramadan, the shayateen are shackled, the jinn are restrained, the gates of fire are shut, such as no gate among them would be open. The gates of paradise are open, such as no gate among them would be closed. Do you see it? Islam is a collection of stupidity, and the more you read, the more you learn. The more it's stupid, and the more it's confusing and strange. Do we have any Muslim feel like you want to call us? Anyone? If you remember Muhammad, when he tell the story about Sulaiman at the end of the movie, he captured Shaitan and he put him in the chain, and he put him inside a rock, and he closed the rock by copper. You remember the Shaitan who came and he took his ring when he was in the bathroom? He took it from his wife at Jarada. He came to her in the look of Sulaiman. So she thought this is real Sulaiman. He have his face, he have a look, he have his voice. So he took the ring, and then he controlled the kingdom, because the ring of Sulaiman is how Sulaiman he can control all the kingdom. This is what kind of religion we are talking about. A religion believe that if you wear a ring, you are the king. So if you watch Harry Potter, we are not far, very close. The ring. You remember the ring? Yeah. The ring of Sulaiman, the Lord of the Ring. So Sulaiman was the Lord of the Ring, and this magical ring can control anything. And yet the Muslims, they made for us articles about science. No, Suleiman, he was not a Captain America. Suleiman in his time was like God on earth, because according to Muhammad, he have a flying carpet of 600,000 chairs. All his kingdom fly in the top of the carpet. He have three armies, one from a human, one from genie, and one from birds, which mean chicken, ducks, you name it. He understand the language of the ants. He understand the language of the birds. I mean, even the Quran says that genie, they die, the shaitan, they die for him to get him jewelry so he can get rich and richer and richer. I mean, this is in the Quran. This is not like hadith. They can say, oh, this is weak and this is strong. Chapter 38, verse number 37. And verse number 36 is speaking about his flying carpet. So the flying carpet, he controlled the wind. He have a carpet which fit for hundreds of thousands of people on top of it, and all his animals, all his kingship equipment. And then he ordered the wind to carry the carpet, and he fly a distance of 1 month. And then he have control of over the shaitan, Satans. And what they do for him, they dive and they uh, they build they build for him palaces. You know, this is Quran. This is not Hadith. They cannot say we are. And some of them, here we go. You see here the same. And some of them, they are in chains. So Suleiman, he have some genies working for him. Some genies are diving. Some genies are building. And not only that, not only they build for him, they build and even they decorate his buildings with the statues. But all of us, we knew Muslims, they claim that Allah, he forbid his statues. So how Suleiman is a prophet of Allah, and they built for him you know, palaces with the statues. Look, see here the translation, the word statues disappear, but in Arabic it says tamathil. If you change right away, if what what images passes, change the translator. Look, we just changed the translation, statues. See, so it's a it's a fiction book full of stories and flying carpets. And then how the wives of Suleiman, they find out uh, that this is not their husband, because the shaitan, he's so good in sex. He can sleep with all of them non-stop. So the wives, they were like, what happened to our husband? And they told the elder that our husband, his private part is like a drill machine, never sleep. So they became suspicious about him, and this is how shaitan was busted. And if you read the verse after it, actually, you will see here it says, even when Suleiman, he passed away. Anyone remember the story? Suleiman, he passed away standing, holding his staff. All his kingdom did not notice that he is dead for almost a year. Why? Because he's holding his staff. Hello. And then how they notice? The ants, the termite, they ate his staff, and the staff broke, and then he fell down. And this is why this is a miracle from Allah. Suleiman, he died before time. Look like Allah is not in control of the timing. So Allah don't want them to know that he's dead. So what he did, he made him die when he is standing. So nobody noticed that his, imagine you people that are coming to your room, talking, coming out and standing. Why? Because you are holding your staff, but you are dead. And then the termite, they are eating the staff. And then after, like whatever, you fell down, and this is why how they notice that you are dead. And this is a chapter 34, verse number 14. Let us see if this website work now. Website from Jordan will never work, as usual. Forget it. Nothing work in those countries. Okay, here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. This is Ibn Kathir. Let us read for you. Let us see if we can zoom in the text. I don't know if the text coming to you for you guys clear. Is it good? Can you read it or no? You cannot. Can you read? All right. Nothing informed them, the jinn, of his death except the little worm of earth which kept slowly gnawing away his stick. So when he fell down, the jinn saw clearly that he had known the unseen. Well, I mean, it's stupid. The termite, they ate his stick, and this is why they did not notice that he is dead. Right? Have you ever heard of a stupid? This is Islam. So the guy was dead, and he was standing, and nobody noticed that he is dead. His wives talk to him, he don't answer, nobody noticed. His ministers, his soldiers, nobody noticed. He's not eating, nobody noticed. How they notice? When the staff was eaten by the termite. True story. Must be a true story. I mean, we have to face it. And you know the funny, we show them in the screen what is in their books. They say still they say to me, you are a liar. I mean, this is your website. This is a website owned by the Dean Show. You see the TV, the Muslim TV, by this big scam. What his name is, Staith, the one who claimed to be an ex minister. This is your website. This is Ibn Kathir. This is not me. What Zakir Naik he say about this story? I don't know. I never heard him speaking about it, but I can imagine he can, like, Zakir Naik always he get excited with those fiction stories. So I imagine he would say this. Brother, and one of the miracle of the Prophet Sulaiman, that when he died, brother, Allah don't want him to be known, and Allah he made him die telling, and he was holding his thick. And as you know, the thick today it can be made from aluminum, but the thick in the time of the Prophet Sulaiman it was made from wood. And the termite they tried to eat it, but they were eating it slowly because it was treated with chemical, and this is why they could not eat it right away, because each time the termite they eat from it they start vomiting because they're chemical, but because still there are a lot of them, so some of them they die, some they start vomiting, and some of them they get sick, but still the termite is the termite, and they will do what they do. And then at the end of the day, brother, after a few years everybody discovered that Prophet Sulaiman was dead, and thank you Allah. I mean, the termite, what you can do. Termite, they do what they do. That's what they do. That termite. Usama, you want to call me? Give me your Skype. Give me your Skype, Usama. I will call you. Give me your Skype. Give me your Skype before the termite they eat your Skype or your microphone. Once I was like, this was in chat room, and a Muslim he told me, I don't have a microphone. I said, can you take the microphone and answer me? He said, I don't have a microphone. I said, take the mic. Okay, swear by Allah that you didn't have a microphone. So he took the microphone. He said, I swear by Allah I don't have a microphone. And people they were dying. I mean, he was swearing in the text, I'm telling you I don't have a microphone. I said, okay, I understand, take the mic so we can believe you. Okay, say something that you don't have a mic, swear by Allah. So he took the mic and he said, I swear by Allah I don't have a microphone. So we said, okay, so how we heard you? Are you using your printer? He said, what? Oops. Oh, okay. And he ran away. So Usama, are you going to use your microphone, or this is like a, you want to show your girlfriend that you are a hero? I want to call you, Christian Prince. You're right. Now give me your Skype. What are you waiting for? I understand. The termite they ate your microphone. Did the termite eat? You know, Osama, I'm afraid the termite they might eat something else. Not only the staff. Be careful, my friend. I mean, especially if you have a wife. Look like the termite they eat anything is you know. So Allah knows what else they will eat. Today they start with the staff of Suleiman. They might end with your I mean microphone. What happened to Osama? Osama was flooding the text. He wanted to debate me, and now he's dead. You are downloading Skype. You are downloading Skype. Is that something will take 10 hours? Hmm. Anyway, so as you see, you know, Islam is a collection of fairy tale stories, stupidity, and you know they want you to believe in this. I mean, how foolish a human being can be to believe in this garbage. Thank God I don't have termite in my house. I come tomorrow, I might not find my computer, and you guys, you will think I'm still alive. Why? Because I'm standing and my microphone is open. They ate the computer but not the microphone. And when they eat the microphone, they will notice that I am dead already. I mean, who can believe in such a story? You Muslim, what's wrong with you? How you can believe in such a story? A man is dead, and now he is dead standing. He dies standing. And the reason he did not fall down because he was holding his staff. Now, who? I mean, who's crazy here? If a person he die, he can stay standing because he is holding his staff. Why his staff is going in his hand or going inside his? Okay. All right, Osama, which one is you? The one from Algeria? Which one is you? There's many. Put a picture, put something. Morocco, Casablanca. Okay, I searched for his name. There's many Osama, the same name. I got it, my friend, but still there's many Osama. There's like 100 of them. Which one? Put a picture in your Skype at least so we can recognize you. Like put a picture of a staff eaten by termite. What do you think? Okay, what is your nickname? How we will find you? Put a picture. Aisha, Mohammed, anything. How will recognize you? There's many of them. Hmm? We are waiting for you, Mr. Osama. I hope the termite will not eat you too. You know, once I was debating a Muslim, and he told me he needs just 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. That was 10 years ago. Until now, he never came back. And actually, until now, I'm thinking about it. I mean, what happened to this guy? Do you think the termite ate him? He sit in the bathroom, and because he never came back, he was a sheikh. The debate gets so hot, and I barbecued him. So he said, "Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom, really." It's okay. Just maximum 5 minutes. Okay, no problem. First year, second year, third year, more than 10 years actually. Until now, I could not find the guy back. Okay, let's search for you by the email. Let us see if we can find you by email. I'm not sure. All right, Osama, I found you, my friend. I send you hi. I will call you right away, Mr. Osama. Get ready, please.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Osama, how are you?
Yo, how you doing, CP?
I'm fine, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Like all people in the chat, they're like, they think I'm Bin Laden or something. But like, I just called you not because I want to debate, but just because I have questions for you because I'm questioning my current faith.
Okay, what made you question your faith?
Like all the videos you're posting.
My videos making you question. You should love Islam more, my friend. Look at this cartoon in front of us. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah, I
The
know,
ter
man, and
the
I've been
termite,
like,
they are eating the staff of Suleiman.
I know, man, and
All
like
right.
there's a bunch of like superstitions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
So how I can help you, my friend?
yeah, I just had like question because like my parents, they're like, oh, but we have miracles. For example, like they'll say like Ramadan is like holy because we purify our body and stuff. So that makes me question like, are those like um activities like really beneficial? That's why they exist, or are they just a
First
product
of
of
all,
like?
Ramadan, my friend, people, Muslims don't fast. If you live in Islamic countries, you know that in Ramadan, Muslims they eat more food, and this is why the price of food goes so crazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
why? Because they eat more. You see, the price of any product is based on the demand. The more people they try to buy, it's the same amount we have, and then more people like more they want more and more of it, and the price go up. So Ramadan is not really in the month of fasting. Oh, what the Muslims they do, they switch the day night and the night day. This is not fasting.
yeah,
They eat like crazy, and you know that, and you know from your family. They even in Ramadan they cook the best food.
yeah. I
Correct.
know.
So what is it? Yeah, and I mean, it's very funny because Ramadan is the month where every family in the broken. You know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I remember actually. No, I am from the Middle East myself. I
Yeah,
remember how many families, especially from those who they are not worthy. They there's a tradition and etc. So they have to cook good food, and everything is expensive, and the salary is small. So what they do, they borrow money. They borrow. So by the end of the month of Ramadan, they borrow a lot of money, and they will spend the coming 6 months just paying for the food they bought. So Ramadan is not a month to purify anything. It's the month of violence actually. In Ramadan, the Muslim they start, they go crazy with violence. Are you there? I lost you, my friend. I think you moved your microphone.
you hear me? Hello.
Okay, now I hear you, but it's slow.
Uh, because I'm in Canada. I'm not like far away from.
All right.
I don't know if you're in the United States or something.
Yeah, I am in.
North America, yeah.
No, I am in Afghanistan next to Brazil.
But
Because
like,
Muhammad, he knew all the geography. Muhammad is very good in geography, in science, and everything. I mean, the Muslim they made Muhammad as his God. You know everything, and
yeah, yeah, I know.
each time
Like, yeah, I know everything. I've been in this like for years
yeah,
and
each
years.
time we
So,
check, we find that it's not what they say. It's totally the opposite, and Muhammad was nothing but a fool.
mm,
Yeah. So what else I can help you with, my friend?
and yeah, it's like CP. Like, it's really difficult to like break a cult.
No, it's not difficult. It's
No,
easy. I
because
mean,
like
okay,
for example,
the
you'll
second
have
you
it
are
like for 11 years you've been told the same thing, so
my
you
friend, it doesn't
even
matter.
though
Okay,
you accept, I accept like for example your what you say
all right.
and what you present in your videos. I'm like 100%. I agree with you, and I even though I was Muslim, I was watching your videos and I was like I was laughing like because your facts are so strong. I could not deny them. Like even if I wanted to deny Christianity, I would be like not good in Islam because I would know all of the things you say, you understand?
Hmm. Yeah,
Like all the facts.
but
So
you
it's
see, it
just
doesn't matter how long you are a Muslim. Look, imagine there's somebody he is smoking for 20 years.
mm,
So what? We continue smoking until we have cancer.
no, no, yeah, that's
So,
true.
it's not 11 years, 20 years, whatever you have, you as a Muslim, since you were a child, 11 years, let's say you are 21 or 22 now.
Yeah,
Uh,
20. Yeah.
yeah, so now you recognize that this is a stupid cult. So what? I mean, you just throw it away. It's going to
Yeah.
be stupid of you to know it's stupid, and you decide to be stupid. That
No,
that
yeah,
is
that's
really
true.
horrible. But it's going to be more horrible than someone who do not know, because now you know. So why you want to stay? Just leave Islam. Say I'm out.
Yeah, I'll just like have a last question for you, like CP, if you don't mind.
All right.
Like they'll say like today was a very funny because my dad would come up to me and he'd be like, "Today is Laylatul Qadr,"
I don't understand. What, your dad will come to you? What?
and say it. Today is the special night in Ramadan.
Okay. No,
So
this is not true, because
yeah,
nobody knows which is a special night, the Laylatul Qadr, right? Nobody knows
yes,
which one.
yes,
Nobody knows. This is not, Muhammad. He, in the beginning, he says it's in the beginning of the Ramadan. Then he said in the middle of Ramadan, and then he said at the last day, 10 days of the Ramadan. So Muhammad, he have no idea which day is that one. Live with it. And by the way,
yeah,
how one night, the night of Al Qadr, is equal to 83 years.
yes, yes. That's what he told me
That's
today.
crazy. So
So
now I am spanking Allah for all my life, and now I'm going to pray to Allah in this night, and that will give me deed of 83 years.
mhm, I know. Because in the beginning, I was like, yo, CP is like saying bullshit. This is scrap. And then I watched a lot of your videos, and at the end, I was like, you know what? This guy is actually right. He's not saying stupid things. And I even wanted to call you. Like, I sent you a lot of messaging on Instagram. I was like, yo, I'm ready to like leave. And I just have like a
Yeah,
few
I
questions
don't
left.
answer in Instagram. Sorry, I don't answer anyone because there's too many people when I text me. You see,
Yeah.
I only even forbid the Christians from calling me. I don't know if you witnessed that, but because if everybody wanna text me, it's endless. So
Yeah.
only Muslims who need help, we talk to them, and you are one of them.
Yeah. No.
So now, what
But,
did you decide to leave Islam or not yet?
yes. Yes.
That's wonderful,
I'm
my friend.
officially
That's
out.
wonderful. So, your name is Abdullah?
Yeah.
Osman. Okay, Osman. So you decide to leave Islam today. Is it a decision you made now or before you call me?
No, I made it now. Just I wanted to make sure with you like few questions left, like
All right.
concerning because my big concern is like everything we do. Because all those years they'll say like it has a purpose. Like the more you pray, the more God forbids. But I don't think I think it's more from the heart.
Yeah. Well, Islam. You see, sometime I ask myself, God, He created us and He gave us a special kind of gift, which is a brain, not like animals who they are programmed. They are simple. I mean, a dog is a dog. Just give him
Yeah.
something to play with, he start jumping. A cat is a cat. Doesn't matter what you do with her, still she is a cat. A human being is different. So how a human being who God gave him a great gift to the point he can go to the moon, he can see the stars, he can create a lot of things, how he can believe in such a stupid thing?
Yeah.
So a human being, we were talking about mind control. Like a human being, he reached in a space where he feel like if he leave this space, he will not be comfortable. Like if you are a person, imagine you are a fish, all your life is inside a small aquarium.
Yes.
The aquarium have light, have toys, but it's an aquarium, it's not the real thing. But
Yeah.
because you're afraid from being in the ocean, you decided it's better to be inside the aquarium because you're afraid from freedom.
Mm,
It's like somebody, he was in jail for a long time, and now you say to him after 50 years in jail, I will let you go. He will say, where I will go, what I will
yeah.
do.
You will feel like a bit lost.
Yeah, he will be lost, totally lost. Actually,
Mm,
there is a like uh, uh, I don't know if you heard of it. Like somebody, he can kidnap maybe a woman. He kidnap her, he jail her for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then even if he left the door, she don't run.
yeah.
You know, this is a control of the mind because he is used to something and he's afraid from changing it. He is under control. So a Muslim who is under the control of a cult, even if he notice that this cult is a cult, still he will be afraid of the change because the
Mm,
change is kind of what this change will bring to me.
yeah. It's a bit difficult in the beginning to have
Yeah,
that change.
but the change, my friend, is good, especially if you know that this is wrong. I mean,
Mm,
you see, me myself, since I was a teenage, I
yeah.
have a friend who smoke. They give me cigarette for free. I say no, I never
Yeah.
I never smoke a cigarette, and they ask me what's wrong with you. try it, etc. I said, why am I try it? I know it's wrong. So
Yeah.
some of us, we try the wrong and we used to the wrong, and then we like the wrong, and then we believe in the wrong, and then we want to convince ourselves that the wrong is the right thing to do. And that is exactly what Islam is.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right, CP.
Well, my friend,
Like,
as long you left Islam, what about Christianity? What do you think?
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. I
Hmm.
have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. I don't want to if you have time,
Sure,
feel
sure.
free to
I am
to
here.
have to answer my
I'm here to
questions.
help you, my friend. I'm here to
Like,
help you.
how do you actually pray now that you don't do rak'ahs all the time?
No, no, we don't. You see, in Christianity, uh, those things are nothing to do with God. How to pray, what to say, because prayer is supposedly as a spiritual relationship between you and God, correct?
Yes,
So
correct.
why you need to do certain movement? I mean, you can do whatever you want. You want to bow down, bow down. You want to go
Yeah.
down in your knee, go down. You want to stand, stand. It's not what you do as a movement, it's how decent you are in your prayer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what the benefit of a prayer? Like Muslims, they pray for the death of the Jews, the death of the kuffar. I mean, this is evil. So you stand, you sit down, still even your prayer is evil. So it is very silly that we think, or to think that God, he accept a prayer if we do it in a certain way, and if we don't do it in a certain way, then he will not accept it. It's
Mm,
like in God in Islam is like a government office. He says to you, did you sign this paper from the department behind? No, sir. That not okay. Don't go downstairs. Go to the second floor. Ask for a guy. His name is Abdul Muhammad. Let him sign it for you. And then you go to the second room, the secretary, and let him put a number for it. And then go to the third room. And this is not God.
yeah.
God is a person who is almighty. He know what is in my heart. He don't care about my move.
Mm,
So you bow down, you stand up. Who care? What he care for, how truthful you are.
yes.
This is why Jesus, he said, it's not what make, it's not what you eat make you dirty. It's not what go inside your mouth. It's what come from your mouth.
Mm,
So Islam
yeah.
teach you the opposite. It is what go inside your mouth make you dirty. you
Okay.
know
Yeah. No, that's
and
right.
here you see clear the wisdom of Christ. This is true. It's not what go inside your mouth make you dirty. It's what come from your mouth.
That
because
makes you.
because if you eat whatever, and you speak good, that's what people want from you.
Mhm.
Otherwise we are not clean. I mean, uh, you see, even if you take a shower all day long, you are sweating every second in your life. If you don't sweat, actually that's mean you are dead. you know
Yeah.
and you have a bad smell inside you. You have gas, you have dirt, you have poo poo. I mean, so how you can wash yourself? I mean, this is just it's not really, it's not real. But I can accept that when we speak to God, we should I mean, okay, you want to go to meet a friend, and or you go to a wedding party, you dress the best of your clothes, all right,
Yeah.
you get it clean, okay. So what about seeing God? So when we see God, we should not be dirty and filthy, and we should not be dirty anyway. We should
Yeah.
always be clean. So this is not about just seeing God. This, we should be always clean. However, clean in a spiritual way is not what you eat. It is what you do and what you say.
And is it also what you believe inside you? What do you
For
think?
sure, because what you say should be about, you see, this is what Jesus said. It's not what go inside your mouth, what come from your mouth. And what come from your mouth is who are you?
Yeah.
If what from your mouth come is a lie, it's mean you are a liar. If what
Yeah,
come from
that's
your
true.
mouth is a truth, it's mean you are truthful. So it's your mouth, make you who you are. And for sure your mouth will come with an action, an act you do, things you behave, your belief, everything.
Yeah.
So
Um.
Christianity is totally different from Islam. We don't have anything really to share. you know
Yeah.
Muhammad, he focused in silly stuff because he don't want you to focus in the important things. Who
Because
cares?
I would hear like all the time, from when you go to mosques and you assist to like what they preach. They'll say like, "Oh, we're better because you see Christians don't even pray. We pray 5 times a day," and they'll be
That's
proud of
false.
that.
Actually, nobody pray as much as the Christians, because we as a Christians, we pray every second, every step. If you are a Christian, you pray whatever you do, but we don't.
Yeah.
Jesus says, when you pray, go to your closet and don't be like the hypocrites. So Jesus, he forbid us from telling and speaking about our prayer. You see, I never said, hey guys, I'm going to go to pray now, because
Mm-hmm.
this is something private. And the Messiah, he was aware of the Jews at that time who pray in the corners.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
be like the hypocrite. This is exactly what the Muslims they do.
Yeah. You'll see them like in street and
Not
everything.
only in the street. I mean, you see the taxi driver. He put he put he go in the top of the taxi, and everybody from far away want to see him now,
Yeah.
because So if you go to Matthew chapter 6, it says, and when you pray, don't pray like the hypocrites. This is Jesus' order that we should not do that. What the hypocrite do? They go, he said, the hypocrite who's standing in a synagogue and on the street, and because in the corner of the street, not only in the corner, because in the corner of the street, like this street can see you and that street can see you, so you can get the
Mm-hmm.
maximum, right? So don't be like them. So Christians pray, absolutely we pray, but we are not, we've been ordered not to be hypocrite.
Yeah.
Islam is
So,
about hypocrisy.
so a Christian would be praying like every time of the day, like he'd wake up and be
My friend,
grateful to God.
I don't
And
like to tell about myself, but before I start my show, I pray.
okay.
I eat, I pray.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell my people what I say. This is private between me and my Lord. I drive my
Yes.
car. I drive my car. I turn the key. I pray. All right.
Okay.
I say like, okay, Lord, I open the door of my car. I mention the name of the Lord. But this is not. This is. I'm not telling you this because I never said that to anyone. And nobody heard from all those who hear me
Yeah.
what I do, because we are not allowed to brag about. And if I pray, still doesn't make you a good man, because what if I pray but I do, okay, I say okay God, etc., and then after 2 minutes I do something wrong, so
Yeah.
prayer does not prove that you are a good person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a cover up for a filth you do,
Yeah, that's true.
so you can be a child molester, but you you okay, I wanna be a priest, so now
Mm-hmm.
people, they trust me, and I can they send their kids to me so I can molest them like Muhammad, but he is a priest
Yeah.
supposedly.
I
So
saw the hadith from your video when he said he married a 6-year-old girl.
yeah, so what I'm saying, a uniform does not present who you are, because many
Yeah.
people, Jesus said, be aware of false prophet. Many will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but in fact they are wolves. So prayer, public prayer, can be a uniform, a clothes of a sheep,
Yeah.
just to make you believe in something, to make you believe that okay, this person is a good person.
So
So
you think they're good, but in
yeah,
reality,
because okay, why you are praying in front of me to show me? I mean, what are you trying to do? This is between you and your God.
yeah.
It's a show time. So actually, let me get you the verse from the Bible, so you
Okay.
see what Jesus says about that.
Yeah, I'm watching the screen right now.
Okay, I will show it to you on the screen. Give me a second, and actually, I will play an audio so people, they can see what we are talking about. All right.
And after that, CP, if you don't mind, I would just like to ask you a question about like your book about the Quran and science.
No problem.
Okay.
Give me a second, please.
Matthew 6. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues, and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, When thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking.
Isn't it what the Muslims do? They repeat
Yeah.
the same prayer 5 times a day.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
know, if you read this as if Jesus is speaking about the Muslims, exactly. They pray in the corner, they repeat, they speak too much about what they did, and they, you know, everything they do is a hypocrisy. Even some of them, they buy stones and they start hitting their forehead to make a dark spot in their forehead, which means supposedly they are bowing down too much. So,
Yeah, because when we were young, they would tell us that
yeah,
if you have it, you'll go to heaven.
so when they say to you, we pray more than Christians, that's because of their hypocrisy. No, you don't pray more than Christians. What do you know about prayer? You don't fast more than Christians. Christians, you know, we have 40 days fasting before Christmas, 50 days fasting before Easter. That's alone. And there's days in the weeks to fast. So if you calculate the numbers of how many days Christians they fast, if they are practicing, and fasting is not a must, it's a choice. You see, it's not a must because everything should be a choice. Anything you do because it's a must, it's mean there's no reward for you. Imagine I force you to visit me. You didn't come to see me because you like to see me. You come to see me because I forced you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what the point? I reward a person. Let us say I have 2 sons. One of them, he called me every day, and one of them, he called me once every year.
Yeah.
By that, I know they are free. Who want to call me, who don't want to call me. I know who care for me, I know who don't care for me. But I force both to call me 5 times a day. How I will know which one of them is the liar?
Yeah, you'll never know.
I'm forcing them, you know.
Mm.
Jesus is not he don't want to force us. He want decent, he don't want hypocrites. So if you give with the right hand, don't show the left hand. If you pray, go to your closet. Don't do what they do. Stand in a synagogue and show everybody that you are you're a person who pray. If you pray, go to your room, close your door, pray secretly. Not only he said to pray, he said to pray secretly, which means don't tell everybody, even the house you are in, I'm going to pray secretly, because this is something spiritual and this is something private between you and your Lord, and there's no timing for prayer, for God is there all the time.
So where do I know you one of your videos talked about the Sabians. Do they pick all those things from the Sabians?
Sorry, again, what? From what?
Your video about the Sabians.
Sabian, yeah.
Yeah, do they pick all these
well, the
rituals?
Sabian, they celebrate Ramadan and they celebrate the moon. You see, if you go in the Quran, the problem is most of people, they don't speak. I don't know if you speak Arabic. Do you know Arabic?
Yes, yeah, but I don't read it very well, but I can read it and I speak like
yeah. So the Quran, even they say that when you read the Quran, as an example, is speaking about Ramadan, in the Quran it says Shahru Ramadan, correct?
Yeah.
Chapter 2, verse number 185. Do you know what Shahr mean?
The month.
No.
Oh, not even?
No. You see, this is a translation. It says the month of Ramadan. The fact the word Shahr is a word mean the moon.
Okay.
Shahr is a moon, even in Hebrew.
Okay. I thought it meant the month.
No, it meant a month because the moon is a month too. So like how they measure their month? By the new moon.
Okay.
You know, so by time the word Shahr, now they use it as a word a month, but in fact the word Shahr in the time of Muhammad, it was a moon. So when the moon of Ramadan come, why? Because the Sabian, they believe that the moon disappear and then he appear, a new moon will appear in a new town. So what they used to do, they start fasting in this town in Haran, and they go to a new town close to it to welcome the new moon, and that is the end of the fasting month. This is why you see in the Quran it says al-ahilla.
Okay.
You know what ahilla?
I really don't know.
Ahilla is the crescent moon.
Okay.
The crescent moon, you know.
Oh, we in Moroccan they call the hilal with that.
Chapter 2, verse 189. It says, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ. You see,
Okay.
look what it says here. This is the Muslim translation.
Yeah.
They ask thee of the new moon. Al-ahilla is the same word, but in new, like it's a, you know, the al-ahilla is the crescent moon, but supposedly this is a new moon. And actually here in the translation, even they say the new moon. I don't know if you see my screen.
You're at before you ask him.
They ask thee, Muhammad, of the new moon. Do you see it?
Maybe I'm at like a verse 8. Be not ye. Okay. Now I see.
Maybe there's a delay from your side to see it.
There's a little delay. Sorry.
So here actually, it's not just a new moon, it is the crescent moon. If we change the translation, let us see.
Okay, I see it. You zoomed, like they ask thee, oh, of new moon.
Yeah,
say
the new moon, you see? Yeah, you see it? I will change the translation and you will see this is the crescent moon specifically, not the new moon only. So the crescent moon is the new moon. So the Muslims, they start in a certain time and they end in a certain time, and that is about the look of the moon. Why the look of the moon? Because it's a new moon. The old moon and the new moon. So the moon of Ramadan is a different moon. Let us change the translator. This is Hilali Khan. Let us see Arbery, new moon, this guy new moon. Let's see which one is more accurate. All of them, they are new moon here, but it should be the crescent moon, not the new moon. Let us see. Shakir, new moon too. All of them, they are coming with the new moon. Let us see. Maybe we'll find one of them is decent. Let us see. Yusuf Ali. See, Yusuf Ali saying the new moon too. But the correct translation should be the crescent moon, not this. I'm trying all the translation there. Maybe we'll find someone. New moon again. Look like they are copying each other. Yeah, I think they are not translating. I think they are just copying. Because there's no way all of them they are coming with the same translation. Not even one of them coming with the correct one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at this. This guy. Look what he said. Look how many translation we have to change to come to the correct translation. They ask you, Muhammad, about what? The crescents.
Concerning. Wait, I think I'm a bit delayed for you. The crescents, yeah.
But how many translation we change to come to the accurate one? And how, if I don't speak Arabic, how I will know which that all of them they are liars? You know. So it is a new moon, yes, but it is exactly because a new moon. What a new moon? I mean, there's a new moon. It is the crescent moon. So a new moon is the crescent moon, not just a moon, and that make a difference. So why you don't say what it is? Because وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ, simply Muhammad is saying, what is the ahilla for? Allah, He created the crescent moons for a reason. It is to make the time for people to pray and to do Hajj and to do fasting. So this is what the duty of the crescent moon. So Muhammad, he is copying from the Serbian their belief that the crescent moon is a new moon. So he disappear here, he appear there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Actually, if you go, there is a videos on YouTube. You can watch how the Sabian they do ablution, and you will see Muhammad. He do exactly like the Sabian.
Yeah, I saw the video, and that really made me like. I was like, "What the hell is happening here?"
Yeah, he copy exactly from the Sabian. He the same way the Sabian they do exactly. you know.
Because like
And not only that,
one of my Christian friends showed me.
not only that, you see, there is the Sabian, the Christians, John the Baptist, they were practicing baptism. So the Sabian, they have their own baptism. The Christian, they have their own baptism. Muhammad, he did not take baptism of the Christians. He took what it's called Sibagha. What Sibagha? Sibagha is the baptism of the Sabian. This is what they call it. They don't call it baptism, they call it Sibagha. If you go in the Quran, you will find Muhammad even saying that the best one who do baptism is Allah, for Allah is a Sabian. Allah is the God of the Sabian.
Okay. That's just
Uh,
I'm reading the screen at the same time, so
I will try to find the verse. All roads take us to Rome, my friend. Islam is false. You know.
because I'm reading
You will notice that this conversation is endless, will take us forever. Chapter 2, verse 138, it says, our Sibagha, and the Muslim, the between with two bracket, our religion. But this is false. This is Sibagha, is a baptism. And look at the translation, how horrible, our Sibagha. Let us change the translator and see how things will change. This is what his name? I don't know. Let us go to Hilali. Well, Hilali is saying the same. Okay. Let us see Biktal. Yeah, you see, this is the problem with Muslims. You have to play the game they play of translation. Look, you see what the word Sibagha turned to be? Coloring. Coloring. Do you see it?
Yeah, we take our color from.
Yeah, but why they are saying coloring? Because the stupid translators didn't know that Sibagha and Sibagha is something have to do with the Sabian baptism. This is what they call it. So when somebody get baptized according to the Sabian, he had a new color in him. A new color. He is a new person, but by color, not by not like the Christian spiritual thing. So a new coloring, and the new coloring is like, you know, you put something close in the water, and you add color to it,
Yeah.
and then you will have a new color, and that is the color of the God. So Muhammad here, he copied from the Sabian, and in different translation you will see even they say baptism. Just change the translator, you will see the word coloring change to the baptism. Let us see Sahih International and say ours is the religion of Allah. Look at translation. I mean, this translation is funny. Unbelievable. What? Look at the translation. I mean, it's horrible. You have to flip all over to find a translation which can be decent. Unbelievable. Color. Color. It is not color. It is baptism, but the baptism of the Sabian. Let us see. Biktal. Did we try Biktal? I don't know. Is it really trying changing? Let us see. I mean, I think all of them, they copy each other. Nobody want to use his brain, or I don't know even if they speak Arabic. Here we go. Look at this guy. See, suddenly it's changed. It's our baptism. The baptism of Allah. And who can do better baptism than Allah? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Receive the baptism of Allah, and who is better than Allah in baptizing and him doing so?
But Muhammad never practiced baptism, so how that can work? So what Muhammad he claimed, because he is in the beginning he was a Sabian, he claimed that Muslims, they do not need baptism by water. for Allah he baptized you. And the reason Muhammad he come with this fabrication, because he claim whatever he claimed, I mean, nobody can challenge him. Same time, he didn't know how to do it. I mean, this is something the SERBIAN they do, and he don't practice it. He do not know what it is, but he knew the SERBIAN they do baptism. So Muhammad he have to come with something similar. So he said, okay, we have baptism too, but we have the baptism of Allah. And because
so he would just take things of other people.
he copy from everybody, and because he is a person who live in the desert, which water is not all over, where is going to do baptism to you? So there's no river, there's nothing. So okay, the baptism is baptism of Allah. Take it short. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what do you think, Usman, about accepting Christianity?
Yeah, I think I'm absolutely accepting.
So you accept the Lord, the Messiah, as your Lord?
Yes.
All right, that's wonderful. I'm really happy for you, my friend.
Thank you.
But do you really believe, or you're just saying that?
No, I really do. Like I'm not calling you like the first time. I was watching your videos a long time ago.
So you believe
it actually took me a while to consider everything, and I was already accepting. I just wanted to call to just talk with you.
That's wonderful, my friend, because remember, Christianity is not the same as the cult of Islam. You know, you say Shahada and that's it. You cannot fool God. You cannot fool, you cannot bribe, you cannot lie to God. So never say I believe unless you believe.
Yeah.
Don't say I believe to make somebody happy. Don't say I believe just to make yourself happy. Just say what you believe, because you cannot, even now you say you believe in Jesus, if you don't believe, still you are not really a believer. I'm just telling you, you know. So you really believe from your heart that the Messiah Christ is your savior?
Can you repeat simply, because
do you really believe from all your heart that the Messiah is your personal savior?
Yeah, I really do believe it.
I mean, do you believe in that in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God?
Yes.
Do you believe in the death of the Messiah and his resurrection?
Yes, because he like purged all of our sins.
Do you believe that he is coming back?
Yeah, at the end of our days.
Well, my friend, your Lord, your Savior, he will be happy to have you, and the Bible says a happiness will be in the kingdom of God. Rejoice will be in the kingdom of God, for one soul is coming back to him. So I'm really happy to have you today, and everybody, all the Christians there, they are so happy to see that Osman, he left Islam and he decided to accept the Messiah. Do you have any questions about Christianity you want to know?
What's your like? I know I'm gonna read like even more to understand, but what's your thought, CP, on death?
Sorry, say again.
What's your thought on death? What happens, like, because you know in Islam it's like paradise and you get like rewards and stuff, but I know it's not that.
Oh, you mean after death, like in heaven, what we will have as a reward?
Yes, yes.
Well,
no, like what will happen?
Yeah, the Messiah, he says, he and she, they will not get married, which means there's no sexual relationship in heaven. For we will be the same as angels. And you know, always when you read the words of the Messiah, you have to think deep. Don't just take it from as words and that's it. So when he say, because they will be the same as angels, you see what angels about? Angels are creatures made of light. They have no needs, no food, they don't get tired, they don't get sick, they are happy. And then we will be the first thing the Lord he grant us our freedom. We will be the same as angels. In Islam is the opposite. You will be addicted to sex, addicted to food, and you used to have sex once, maybe a day or every 2 or a week in the earth. Well, in the heaven of Allah, 24 hours 7 days a week having sex. You used to eat a little bit in the earth. In the heaven of Allah, you are doing nothing but eating and sex, and he promised you bracelet, gold, silver. All of this is satanic. Christianity promising you happiness which nobody can describe, for it's have nothing to do with gold. You see, anything physical is temporarily. Sex is something temporarily. So you might get a pleasure for some time, but still it is temporarily. if God is the one who created whatever happiness we have, can God create something better? What do you think?
Something better than what we have on
Better
Earth?
than we have in Earth? For sure he can, right?
Yeah, yeah, of
So
course.
why the Quran limited to sex and food and sandwich and birds? What is that? So God who created us, he can grant us happiness which we never saw like before. Since
Mhm.
when happiness is about the food we eat? So if God he created little tiny cells in our tongue which is connected to our brain to make us taste and enjoy food, can God make us taste different kind of joy? Have nothing to do with food? Absolutely he can. So Christianity does not focus in the belly and the stomach and the private part. Christianity focus in different kind of happiness, because you will be the same as angel. Your happiness is noble, your happiness is high, your happiness fit with the house you live in, which is the house of God. So because we will be with God and the Lord he will be with us, our rejoice will be from his rejoice. So something you cannot explain, and you cannot um, give example of it, because
Yeah,
it's beyond what we can explain. So what Christianity is about is not about God will give me a bracelet like the Quran, or a couch or a pillow, which is very silly. Christianity is about being with God alone is a new life. Just being there, because you will be a new creature, a new creation. You will be a different person. So Islam describe happiness based on a garden, a bunch of guys sitting with women, having sex, drinking wine, river of wine. I mean, even wine is river, not in Baal no more. So it's an extreme temptation of the physical needs, nothing spiritual. Even Muslims in the heaven, they will not even pray. There's no prayer. Christians in heaven, they will be rejoicing with the Lord, which means everything they say is the same as a prayer, but it's happiness. This is something they cannot describe. So we cannot really compare between what you will have in the heaven of Muhammad and what we will have in the true heaven of the Messiah, for we have nothing to share.
yeah,
And look, if you look at this verse as an example, chapter 18 verse number 31, Allah promised you that in the garden you will have a bracelet from gold, and you will wear a green garment made in Iran, in Persia. I mean, what kind of
yeah.
God this God is? I will go shopping to the mall and come back with those right now. I can get the bracelet from gold. I can get a green garment from silk. I will order from Amazon. Take me 24 hours to have it. And a couch, even pillows, you know. So
Mhm.
we cannot compare. You see, when you believe in the Messiah, forget everything you learned about Muhammad. It's just a stupid cult.
Yeah,
Happiness in Christianity is different happiness. God in Christianity is different God. Decency is different decency. You see, when Muhammad he says adultery is forbidden, but then he allowed you to change your wives every few days, even the same day you can divorce as many as you wish, and then he
yeah,
allowed you to do muta. And then, I mean, where is decency? You say there's no adultery, but yet you what he did, he just gave adultery different names to legalize it.
yeah,
Zawaj urfi, zawaj friend, all of those they are called zawaj al-muta. They are called marriage, but in fact they are not marriage. They are just sexual relationship. This is why a Muslim man he marry any woman, anyone, even doesn't matter who you are, because all of him is just it's just sex. It is just sexual. There's no marriage in Christianity. Marriage. Now you became a Christian. I advise you to go to church,
mhm,
and you should learn the Bible and educate yourself. And then when the moment is ready, you should do baptism. And the reason I say to you, you should do baptism, because baptism will make you always, like you just devoted yourself to be Christian. Baptism is like I now announce myself not only by words, by action, that I am a new person, and the Holy Spirit will be always with you. So I advise you to find some Christian friends, and if you don't have, maybe I can find you some in where you live, and you can go to churches and you can learn the Bible, you can read, and then when it's time, when you feel it's time for you, you are ready, you should do baptism.
Okay.
And I wish I am close to you, I will do baptism to you by myself.
And it's
Because at
with
the end of the
the
day,
water and
at the end of the day, it's not a priest who baptize you, it is God himself who baptizes you.
okay.
The Christian who baptizes a new Christian, he is just a witness for the Holy Spirit coming and being with you. So we are just witnesses for an amazing event where you receive the Holy Spirit, which means the Spirit of God, to accompany you to eternity, not only you die. So this is something very important to do, and I encourage you to do it. But as I said, when you are ready, read the Bible, be, get closer to the Lord, and when you feel it is time to do it, but you should do it. All right, but you are the one who make decision when you should do it.
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Anything else, my friend?
I wanted to ask you another. I had one last question because this one was a more funny one. Because I know you know like a lot of you wrote your book about the science and the Quran.
Yeah.
And I heard recently from one of my family members that the speed of light was written in the Quran in some way.
Hmm.
And so I thought it was very funny. So I wanted to know what's your thought on this and what do you know about this?
Yeah, I made a video about it just I think 2 days ago, correct guys? I think 2 days or 3 days ago, speed of the light. So if you watch a previous video, if you go to Patreon, maybe two, if somebody can remind me, if somebody can give him the link in the chat, please, so he can watch it. We spoke about this is a false, what speed of light, because if the speed of the light is the speed of the angels, that would be funny, because that means we know where Allah located, and if in 1,000 light 1,000 year we can reach the location of Allah, that's mean Allah is inside the Milky Way. You know what I mean? That would be funny, because supposedly Allah is above all the 7 heavens. So same time, the Muslims, when they try about the speed of light, if this is the speed of the light and Allah is light, that's mean Allah is limited to this speed too.
Yeah.
Isn't it the Quran says that Allah nuru samawati wal ard? Allah is the light, he's a light. So if the Quran, by the way, never spoke about the light speed, spoke about the angels going down and going back in a day to Allah, equal to 1,000 years for us. But that will be a problem for Muhammad. Why? Because if Muhammad received the first verse today, that's mean the angels, in order to give him the second verse, they have to come back after 2,000 years. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
they are going to heaven and
they,
coming back. One day to Allah is 1,000 to us. Okay, wonderful. So now, in order to go there, they need 1,000 years to go. In order to come back, they need 1,000 years to come back. That's mean if Muhammad receive a message today, Angel Jibreel, he should come back to him 2,000 years after.
Okay, yeah.
Which is stupid. Secondly, if the light speed is what is the speed of the angels, then how Muhammad he went to the 7th heaven with the angel in one night?
Yeah, that doesn't add up.
Do you remember the story when Muhammad he went to the 7th heaven
with the with the
Jibreel? Yeah, Jibreel he took him there. Okay, so when Jibreel he took him, Jibreel is an angel, and he have the speed of the light. Okay,
yes.
So if it take 1,000 years to go to Allah, how Muhammad he went with the angel Jibreel, who have a speed of light, which is mean limited speed, in 8 hours and come back? You see here the story in front of us. This is Sahih Bukhari, this is Sahih Muslim. So Jibreel he came, he took him, he washed his chest, he cut his etc. He washed it with Zamzam, and then he took him up to the heaven. He took him to the first gate, second gate, third gate, all 7 gates. So the speed of light is the angel speed. How in 8 hours the angel in the speed of light was able to go to the seventh heaven, to the end of the world, and come back. You know, go do a little study about how far some galaxies from us, and you will laugh at this.
Yeah.
8 hours is not enough even to pass nothing, you know, nothing. What 8 hours of light, speed light? Muhammad in 8 hours he went to the seventh heaven, to, which means to the end of the world, not only to our galaxy, to the end of the universe, where Allah live, where there's the tree of Allah, as you see here, first gate, second gate, third gate, 7 gates. So he passed 7 heavens, and all of those in a few hours. It's so stupid,
Yeah.
you know. And this is the hadith. I will post it for you in the chat so you can read it later.
Yeah, I'm reading right now.
Yeah, you can read it later if you want.
Okay.
Anything else, my friend?
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
call me
Like,
anytime.
thank
Just
you, man. Just like keep
you can
uploading your videos.
you
I
can ask
really
me in the
like them.
chat, and if you have a question, feel free to ask me. No problem.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really happy for you that you decide to leave Islam and to accept the Messiah. And if you have any of your family want to talk to me, even if they don't want to talk in public, we can speak in private. I do that with many people, you know. So
Okay.
you will not be the first. So if you have your parents, your mother, your father, sisters, you know, you can be with them. You can join us in the conversation, and I will help them. You know, I will do my best.
Understand. Yeah.
All right. Okay. my friend.
And last question. This one's a bit more what pushed you to like study, have a degree, like you say in your Instagram, get a degree in Islamic law and Sharia law?
Well, you know, I live between Muslims, and there's
Yeah.
nobody. You know, they challenge us, but we do not know what to say. And Christians, they are peaceful people. They are kind of people, like they don't want to hurt the feeling of somebody, and they avoid talking about Islam because it's a violence cult, etc. For me, I don't really care. What I care for is getting answers. So I decided to study this cult, and I accepted the challenge. Muslims challenged me since I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
accepted the challenge, and I defeated Islam.
All right. Well, thank you so much, CP. So I hope like you know, everyone in the chat are peaceful people, because I don't want to get like messages. You know how people are.
Yeah, don't worry. Just ignore people. You know,
Yeah.
people call me names every day, and those are a blessing for you. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, those are not the one who curse you, and then because of Jesus, that is a blessing for you. This is what Jesus said. So when people they curse us, discriminate us, even they kill us, that is going to be for your good, not for theirs. For this is will be blessing for you. You know.
Yeah.
And he warned us about this. So by accepting his name, people they will wage war on you. They will be hated by your family, by your friends. Many people will deny you. But what is the benefit? Jesus said, what if the benefit if you won the whole world, but you lose yourself? So we win ourselves, and let us lose the world. For the world we will have is better than what we have today.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Osman, for calling me, and may the Lord bless you. And I will pray for you today before I finish, before I sleep today. I will have a special prayer for you and to your family, because we as a Christian we should love, and you should love your parents. You should love your family, even
Of
they are
course.
Muslims. Never hate them. We are not
Yeah.
Muslims. Remember, love the Muslims. Don't be hateful. Don't curse them. Doesn't matter. Yes, they are lost, and this is why actually we should even love them, so we can be let us say the messengers of Christ of love, to bring people
Yeah.
to him. All right.
All right.
Thank you, my friend. God bless you.
Thank you so much, CP. God bless you.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Well, I'm glad I added him. In the beginning I thought like he's a person who's trying to make fun, and he's, you know, lying to me or etc. Because he want to call me. I thought he want to debate me actually, but sometime, you know, we judge don't judge the book by the cover. All right. So we are happy for Osman for leaving the cult of Islam, or Usama, sorry, Usama, his name is Usama, not Osman. So we are happy for Usama for leaving the cult of Islam, and I hope more people they will leave more and more. And I heard that Fadi, who was arguing with me a few days ago, he is like almost out of Islam. Are you out of Islam, Fadi? Did you decide to leave Islam, Fadi, or not yet? Why you don't call me Fadi? What do you think, Fadi? I invite you today to denounce the devil and to accept the Messiah as your Lord. You argue with me, you don't believe me, but I think it's time for you, Fadi, to know the truth, and the truth will set you free. What do you say, Fadi? Anyway, call me only if you feel you want to do it, but I believe it's time for you to be brave and to make a decision that Islam is not good for you, not good for anyone. I mean, look at this. Who can prove us wrong? Basim Jarrar. Okay, this is the answer of Fadi for me. I respect what you are saying, Fadi, no problem. Let us share your comment. Fadi saying, I will call you when I am ready. Already we spoke together, right? We spoke, I think, once or twice. I'm trying to call Sheikh Basim Jarrar. Basim Jarrar is a you know, this guy, he claimed that he's a big sheikh, but he's a potato, and he will never dare even to speak to me. And by the way, I'm willing to speak to him even in Arabic if he dare. You see, because he might say I don't speak English, no problem. Let him call me. You can ask him about Muhammad being poisoned, but about you call him to talk to me. I mean, you sit and watch and see what will happen. This guy Jarrar, he claimed to be a big shot. If don't get the answer, I think it's the end. My friend, the answer he will give you is the same answer we showed you before. This is how he died. He will try to give you excuses. The prophet, he died as a murderer. But this is another question. Why Allah did not save Muhammad from the Jews, yet he saved Jesus from the Jews? Why Allah, he says, if Muhammad fabricated in our name, we will cut his artery, and Muhammad died describing his death by cutting off his artery. Right? So, but always the Muslims, they try to come with excuses, but they cannot. It's endless, you know, it's like a mountains of evidence that Muhammad is a false man. Call all the scholars you know, all of them, they are liars. You've been in Aqsa and asked many sheikhs, they don't know. They gave me his number. Well, you know, Fadi, as long you are saying that Muhammad, he exposed himself and lie, so you just denounce Muhammad. So what are you waiting for? Look what happened to Fadi. A week ago, he was upset from me. A week ago, you don't believe me. A week after, he just said Muhammad clearly lied and exposed himself. What is left? Happy for you, Fadi. You are already out, my friend. You are already out. Well, anyway, you know, this is why our videos are important, because sometimes you don't know how many people accept the, you know, I mean, to leave the cult of Islam. You make the videos, people watch it, spread it all over, and then there's millions of people watch it, and you have no idea who accepted, who's not. But I assure you, you see, Muslims, they say to me, why don't show yourself in the screen? Because they don't want me to show you the evidence. If I'm a person just make stage speeches, you know, maybe I will get even more viewers if I am having my camera on me, even though I look scary, but still will bring more people to listen, or even because people like to see somebody in the camera, not a text. But what we do is a lot more powerful than somebody speaking in the camera, because here we are showing proofs and evidence which nobody can deny. Nobody. None of what I say is from my own. None of what I say is from my book. It is from your books, your translation, your website, published, printed, translated by you. What do you want more? What do you want more? If this is not enough, what do you want more? Everything we have in front of us is published, printed, given to us, paid for it by you, Muslims. You donate to those websites to publish. You Muslims, you donate for those websites. You donate for them to publish, and their publishing make you leave Islam. What do you want more? Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you for being here. I hope we will have more and more people leave Islam, like brother Usama. It's funny, he was a Muslim an hour ago, and now I'm calling him brother. And I hope Fadi too, he will accept the Messiah very soon. And already look like he is out of Islam, but we are waiting for him to call us and denounce the devil. So I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. Don't forget, please, to download the video, share it with your friends, and if you like to read more, you can get my books from Amazon. We have my books in many languages: Spanish, German, Dutch, Swedish, French, you name it. So get my books, read, learn, educate yourself, and for sure I have thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. All is for free, so everybody can have them. So thank you all. Thank you, the Lord. Thank you, our Lord, for having Osama today, accepting the Messiah. Thank you for showing him the truth. And for us, you know, it's not me who showed you the truth, it's the Lord. Always he is presenting, and all what he said, you knock at my door, I will open for you. So today what Osama he did, he just knocked at the door of the Lord and he opened the door for him. Me myself, I'm here just to share my knowledge, but at the end of the day, the one who free you is the Lord himself, not Christian Prince. The truth, my friend, is the Messiah, is not just a book, and the truth will set you free. This is what the Lord said, and there's no better wisdom than the wisdom of the Lord. So I'm happy for Osama, and I hope we will have Osama every day, like Osama, leaving the cult of Islam. With this, we pray that the Lord will help us to bring more people, so we can be fishermen and women to bring people to Christ. And the other day, one of you, he was laughing in the comment because I said, sound like we get a fish. Well, we get a fish, my friend. We Christians are fishermen and fisherwomen. We have a duty to bring people to Christ so they can be saved. And this is what I meant by the fish. So thank you all for being here. Christ is Lord and Islam is false. Thank you.
Thank you.